All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome, welcome. It is time indeed. Oh boy, we've got ogres, my lord. Yes, that's right. If you didn't know already, I mean, it was pretty obvious from all the hints that Creative Assembly was dropping, the early adopter bonus is ogres. So, given that this practice has been well established by CA for some time, I'm going to sidestep that discussion entirely and say that, yeah, if you're the type of person who feels that you shouldn't pre-order a game, then don't pre-order the game. Some people are going to pre-order it regardless. I must give full disclosure, I have a referral link down in the description below, so it will financially benefit me if you do pre-order it from there, but I'm not telling you to pre-order it. Just saying. Okay, now that that's out of the way, the early adopter bonus is, as far as I know, if it works the same as last time, you will get it for free if you pre-order or if you buy the game within, I think, the first week or so of release. So, and as we'll see here, you can actually try the game without any risk, really, but we'll get to that in just a minute here at the end. Anyway, let's go on and get to the trailer. If I transition it over here, I actually have not watched this trailer at all, so I'm going to be live reacting here with you guys. I did have the ability to watch it ahead of time and actually pre-record, but I've just been so busy with some other stuff going on. Yeah, just insanely busy this week. I literally worked for like 12 hours straight yesterday between YouTube stuff and some stuff for my quote-unquote day job. But anyway, let's get on to the big picture. Get it? Anyway. What's up, Rubber Duck War? Yeah, I've also got an announcement in regards to multiplayer, but we'll get to that again in just a minute. It all sort of ties together, so let's get to the ogres first. I am personally very excited. This is probably one of the factions I'm most excited for, to be honest. Alright, somebody's cooking dinner, clearly.
The sound of its tone will thunder and feast on any man, any beast. Doesn't matter, we'll snack on them all. The stragglers we did consume.
Man, giving the Vampire Coast a run for their money with this music here.
They scream and they run, but there's more of the fun, as the ogres are coming to get ya!
Alright.
Jumping on this, feeding our guts, they are tearing, chewing, we kill all the more. The power and wrath what we for. Clutching and biting, we kill for the more. The power and wrath what we do in it.
Alright, that looks like Greasus Goldtooth. Okay, so this trailer really didn't tell us much, to be honest. But it was awesome. Like, I feel the bro spirit. Let's just rewatch the whole thing again on mute. I do feel the bro spirit here of the ogres. That was quite the hearty drinking song. Yeah, right, full ogre musical when. So, okay, so clearly we've got ogres, they're cooking, they're fighting. Yeah, I'm trying to look for details here. I don't really see too much by the way of, like, weapons or anything. Just, you know, ogres hanging out. So, yeah, ogres. More ogres. Okay, here we've got some... some kind of weapons. Again, still mostly just looks like ogres. It's really hard to get any kind of relevant information. We'll have to look to see if there's any associated blog posts or anything, but... They're eating a skink? Are they eating a skink? I thought they were eating a bat. This looks like a bat to me. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is one of the issues. I really don't know enough about the like details of ogres on tabletop to tell you like what is what. So like you say he had an iron fist. Well, what? I'm not sure exactly what that means, but is that like one of these weapon types here? I mean, is this... I know, like, the ogres, for example, have a few units that we will most likely see. I mean, we already have Mournfangs, right, in the game. We've got regular ogres, we've got the man-eaters, so we can already assume that those are coming. I would imagine that probably, what are they called? Lead belchers, I think? Those are the ones that are, like, holding cannons. I mean, it's literally like, you shop to great bows, but, you know, it's ogres holding cannons, basically, right? So, like, I'd imagine we'd see all of that. This guy right here almost looks like he's got like a hood on and like some kind of staff. I don't know. Could that be like a Laura Firecaster possibly? Not sure about that. Iron Fists are just ogre shields. Okay, that's interesting. I was thinking it's some kind of fist weapon, but... Yeah, so we do see what I think his name is Greasus Goldtooth. I was trying to do a little bit of reading up on the ogre's lore, but again, it's like information-wise a little bit light, but definitely thematically. Oh yeah, they are eating a skink. Oh my god, that's terrible. uh yeah. So okay, so here we get this guy who's got some kind of face mask, some kind of like very intense looking helmet face mask deal. Um, this guy also has a pretty heavy helmet, so I'm not sure exactly what these guys are, but they seem to be something specific. More just regular ogres down here. And then this is Greasus Goldtooth, right? I believe that's his name, if I'm remembering correctly. I mean, he does have gold teeth down here. And the lad is just having a grand old time. Look at that face. Look. He's just having a ball. Oh, man. uh... There's an ad which shows off about 30 seconds of Ogre gameplay that has a lot more info. Oh, okay. Is that what people are talking about in terms of leaks? I'll have to check that out, but this is quite special. I'm super excited to have Greasus told Goldtooth in campaign with his Mario Kart drifting. Oh yeah, Raw Cauliflower, thanks by the way for the super chat. That is going to be a grand old time. I mean, just look at the lad here. He is, in general, there's some guy's foot, right? They're carrying a skink through here, which is just the worst. But oh man, the song too, I gotta say. Props to Creative Assembly. Very fun trailer for sure. So yeah, I guess they've got an FAQ here. I should probably leave a comment. I wonder how many people commented ogres, my lord. Yes, ogres. Anyway. So let's see what the FAQ is all about. Oh, they have a release date. Yeah, I was going to talk about this. I do want to get to the Ogre FAQ, and then we'll talk about... Some of you may have noticed on this end screen, we've got some very important details. So we do have a release date, February 2nd. of 2022, which is great. I was hoping it would be in the first part of the year, so not January, but the very beginning of February. Well, I guess not very beginning, second half of February. Actually, after Valentine's Day, which is probably a good thing for all of you guys. May not be the greatest thing for my personal life, but that's okay. Release day. Anyway, so, and then Game Pass. Game Pass is huge. So the fact that this game is going to be on Xbox Game Pass means a couple of things. Number one, if you have Game Pass, or if you're the type of person that would get Game Pass to try, you know, certain games, like Age of Empires 4, for example, I believe is on Game Pass as well right now, right? So you can get it and try some of these games out with lower risk. It's a lot less cost. You know, you have access to this huge library of games. So it's great for Creative Assembly because based on what I understand, you know, the Game Pass is pretty much always a success. Like, it's mostly always a positive. And what it means for us, for a multiplayer standpoint, is that there's going to be a lot of new players coming through. A lot of people jumping into the game, trying to learn multiplayer. You know, a lot of people trying to, who maybe otherwise wouldn't play it or buy it, that may be jumping in to at least try it, try to get good at it. I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential here, especially if they have developed some more fleshed out multiplayer systems. They've already talked about domination mode a tiny bit in the past. Haven't heard much more about it since then, but, you know, just based on some other things, I do think it will be more of an effort than what they've done before, at least, which isn't much. But anyway, let's go. The sort of Game Pass multiplayer new player thing will tie back in at the end. But I did want to get to this FAQ here. We've got the release date and everything. Yeah, you can get it through Steam, Epic Game Store, and Microsoft. You can also get your copy directly through Creative Assembly, which I'm going to be working on another referral link to get it through Creative Assembly directly. Currently, I mean, it's with a third party, Nexus.gg, who's definitely reputable. It's totally fine to buy the key through, you know, the link in the description currently, but I don't get as much of a cut as I would through other systems that I'm working on. But anyway, you can still get it there. Yes, so physical copies are also available. We have 2 physical editions, and then limited edition comes with the metal case and some map. We do actually get a little bit of a preview of the campaign map here, if I can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, I was gonna say it's right here. So if we can, it's pretty pixelated, honestly, on here, but we can get a little bit of an idea of sort of the breakdown of things. This is Nordland right here, right? And you've got Midland. There is going to be, it does look like Altdorf will actually be on the very corner of the campaign map down here. I'm not sure if Bretonia will also be on the campaign map, if it's just slightly cutting off, but the very northern part of the Empire, and then they've sort of like wedged in, it looks like Reichland in here. So possibly, you know, you'll be able to interact with Karl Franz and all of that off the bat, even if you won't be able to play them necessarily. Hopefully, you'll be able to play them on this map. It seems like this is not the combined map, but I don't know actually. You've got you know, Norska right here, and then, you know, the northern Chaos wastes all through up here, and it does look like the Realm of Chaos. We've got the Blood God's Domain, Realm of the Sorcerer, Land of the Plague Lord, Dark Prince's Realm. Down here, you know, this is a part where Malice is, the Dragon Isles down here. You've got the Haunted Forest. I think Snitch is also kicking around down here. Imric is also kicking around down here on Mortal Empires, at least. I don't know if they will be in this map necessarily, but it would be cool if they were included from the start. Just as a kind of little bonus there. We've got Cathay up and over here, and the way that this kind of projection works, where it's all like, well, in like a big circle almost around the Chaos Waste, is pretty cool, I must say. We've got all this more Chaos Waste up here. You know, Kislev is going to be right here. That's kind of blocked by this image. And yeah, the ogres will be in the mountains here. I would imagine you'll also have some dwarfs, greenskins possible. I don't know if this goes far enough south, if they've kind of wedged Razakarak up, or possibly the vampire counts as well. So we could actually see quite a few of the old world, quote unquote, and even possibly some of the new world too factions in this map. I don't think there's really any space for lizardmen here that we can see, but you never know. Maybe they'll throw Nakai in there for no good reason. I don't know. Maybe not. So that's cool. Yeah, yeah. The YouTube channel of Total War is fantastic. They're really getting into it, which I'm a fan of. Uh, they're a physical collector's edition, not necessarily. This Day One edition is pretty much the closest you can get in terms of a physical. And then just supply chain issues. They didn't want to have to deal with it. So anyway, da, da, da. All content will be available on all stores, so there's no exclusive content for any of the stores, which is nice. Definitely good to see there. Yeah, all the Warhammer 1, Warhammer 2, and all their DLCs will be available on Epic and Windows in the future. For now, they are all available on Steam, obviously. And definitely look to pick them up on some kind of holiday sale if you don't have them already and you want to be able to play some of the factions on the combined map. I should say, caveat, it seems clear from the communications from Creative Assembly that the combined map's not going to be available from the start. Mortal Empires took more than a year, I think, to finish after the release of Total War Warhammer 2, so just be warned, you may not be able to play everyone eventually, but just saying. Steam usually has really great sales in the wintertime, so definitely keep your eyes open. I'll try and amplify when the Total War titles do go on sale on Steam, so that you guys, if you have, missing something, you want to pick up some stuff in preparation for Game 3, that available as well. Anyway, yeah, so you can't do cross store stuff at the moment, unfortunately, but that's fine. So yeah, we've got the ogres now. Getting on to the fun stuff. And some more details. Okay, at the official website. Yes, so, and this is something that's pretty important for quite a few people. You'll have plenty of opportunity to see the game before it gets released. I can tell you on this channel, at the very least, you'll be able to see plenty of multiplayer. I'll probably do some campaign as well, but I generally tend to focus on multiplayer. But in general, me and plenty of other content creators will have free access to the game to be able to show it to you in its current state before release. And so you can make your own educated decision, basically watch however much footage you have time to watch, because there will be basically an infinite amount of footage, probably, with how many content creators are in, a part of Creative Assembly's programs. So don't feel like Creative Assembly is trying to hide anything from you, I guess is my point in all of this. But anyway, let's take a look here. Okay, cinematic trailer. They say they have more information here, but I don't actually know. If someone can send me the link on Discord. I thought there was another thing that they had released, but maybe not yet. Maybe it comes at a later date. Anyway. So they have some other FAQs here. No Age of Sigmar content. So we have Kislev, Khorne, Grand Cathay, Tzeentch, plus Nurgle and Slaanesh. They've already, somewhat shown. They showed off the spells for them at the very least. We now have ogres confirmed as well. So there will be 6 factions for the start. There will be a combined map. You'll need to own all 3 parts of the trilogy, and this is important. So if you only own Total War Warhammer 2 currently, you will need to buy Total War Warhammer Total War Warhammer 1. Again, make sure you keep your eye on the Steam store. If you want to pick that up at a discount over the holiday season, you definitely will have the opportunity to. Probably just rambling on a little bit too much at this point, but there you go. Another thing, minor piece of news. Some of you guys will have noticed the Cavalry beta has now been rolled into the live patch, so you should see noticeable improvement in Cavalry performance across the board, and just general interactions with infantry and other things. It's not perfect still, but it's better. Yeah, I think this is basically it. Unfortunately, I did not find... There's always space for lizards. Well, lizards can certainly make space, but... yeah. Let me just double check to make sure there's anything else. Because I thought for sure there would be something else, but... Uh... yeah, I guess that's it then. I thought for sure there was another ogre-related piece of news today, but that's all. So let's go on then to the last thing I wanted to talk about today, and probably one of the most important things. I'll also put out probably a separate video because I know not everyone watches the streams. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's a screenshot. Okay, let's analyze this screenshot. This is an actual piece of information. So this is clearly some kind of character here. I think, based on what we saw in the trailer, this guy's possibly Lore of Firecaster, right? You guys can help me out here in the chat who are more up on the lore. Yeah, me too, Rubber Duck of War. It makes casting and replays so much easier. It makes hosting anything so much easier. I'm going to start hosting more stuff again because I just, haven't really felt the desire to host a lot and just been busy with IRL stuff anyway. But okay, so we've got a giant here in the back. I don't know if you guys can see that on your screen, but there is a giant. This is definitely a giant. He's got quite the helmet on and a giant horn sticking out of it, which is awesome. This is some kind of ogre right here who has more stuff than the regular ogre, who we can see just standing next to him. You see quite a few of the regular ogres. There's, I think this guy also has like a bigger gut plate, like a different hammer. It's got a helmet. This giant thing here, I forget what this is called, but this is definitely a thing. A giant thing. Stonehorn? Is that it? Firebelly. That's right. Okay. That's right. Firebelly. It's starting to come back to me. Thanks, Raw Cauliflower. So that's great. Lore of Fire confirmed. Yeah, this thing is a Stonehorn, definitely giant single entity monster, probably going to be extremely strong. So there we go. There's a tiny bit of information, I guess, on what is to come. The Butcher. Is this guy the Butcher up here? I would expect the Butcher to have like a cleaver, but I don't see... Maybe it's one of these guys back here that I'm not noticing. Maybe it is this guy. Fun. When they're looking to fight some corn bros, which is definitely going to be a bloody battle. Note here that there does appear to be corn warriors with shields. And I don't know, we shouldn't take too much stock in these screenshots, but I think we did see that before, actually, if I remember right. The guy with the apron. Oh, I didn't even notice that this was an apron. Okay, that makes more sense. I guess this does kind of look like a meat tenderizer, like the end of it, now that I look at it. So... Oh, man. That's both brutal and terrifying. Oh, man. Okay. Yes, I see now. There's a pic of the other legendary lord, too. Oh, is there? Okay. I guess I should actually look at the pictures. I'm more of a reading guy than looking at pictures, to be honest, but... Yeah, see, this is Kislev. Huh. I think that was on the ad that got leaked, if I'm correct, right? Was the other legendary lord? I saw that floating around a little bit. I tend not to cover that stuff too much, just because it's, you know, it sucks for certain people. But legendary Lord Butcher. Okay, okay. Is that who that was on the ad? If I can find it here, I can pull it up. But fun stuff. So to kind of tie things out here, as it relates to Xbox Game Pass and new players, I'm actually participating in Creative Assembly in not this weekend, but next weekend, in a new competition officially sponsored by them called Teach Me Total War. So the way it works is I've got to find a player who has never played multiplayer before. Specifically, there are a couple of achievements that relate to multiplayer. If I can just pull them up real quick. I thought I had them here, but so there's two achievements relating to playing multiplayer. Spoiling for a fight and first among equals. Specifically the first among equals, but spoiling for a fight also, I'll have to check that as well. Basically, I'm looking for a player who has never played multiplayer Total War Warhammer before. You can be somebody who's played, 1,000,000 hours of campaign. You can be somebody who's played every single competitive RTS on the planet except for Total War Warhammer. You just can't have played Total War Warhammer multiplayer. So I'll get with you. If you are interested, you can apply through Discord. Again, I'm going to put out some other announcements as well. Just shoot me a private message through Discord, and we can sort of review from there. I'll have to check your Steam, and we can just do a internet connection test on another game. Just play something in multiplayer so that I can make sure your internet connection is good enough. Because it is going to be live streamed. Potentially, the grand finals will be the trainee will be playing in a tournament over the weekend of the 14th. What is it? The 13th and 14th, I believe. I will double check the dates. I probably should have had all of this in advance. My apologies. Rubber Duck of War can correct me in the chat here. He's the one putting it all together, to be honest. It's on their website. Okay. Let's see. Yes, but anyway, the Teach Me Total War. So if you're interested in playing, shoot me a message. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. You'll get to learn. I'll get to teach. I'll get to also learn how to teach better, which is fun for everyone, right? But there's some prizes involved as well. I believe there are keys for Total War Warhammer 3 at stake. And then the first place trainee gets a special one-of-a-kind tassel hat. First place trainer, that would be me if you got first place, if you were my trainee, I'd get an engraved tankard. There's shout outs for the top two trainees. Top two trainees will get Warhammer 3 copies. Okay, so there's 2 copies of Total War Warhammer 3 up for grabs, and everyone does get a mug as well. So some fun prizes to get involved. If you've always thought like, hey, I want to jump into Total War Warhammer multiplayer, but it just seems intimidating, or you're just curious to try it, you want to test your skills, see how well your hours of legendary campaign cheesing translates into fighting actual humans. Whatever the case, shoot me a message on Discord. Yeah. Not too late, Zach, no. Okay. Yeah, Zach. I was gonna say, sounds like something that's right up your alley. To be honest, like if Creative Assembly were to hire someone to do this as a profession, you could probably be a good candidate. Just to help people with the very basics. But anyway, yeah, let's try and finish up here. Product War, if you don't mind, where exactly on their website is it exactly? exactly twice here. I'm doing good, guys. Didn't get a lot of sleep, but it's all good. Ogres, my lord. Want some more information about the ogres? Screenshots. Here, maybe? And this interface is not the best, must say. No? Maybe I'm missing something. On the Total War Warhammer 3 website. Yeah, this is the Warhammer 3 Total War website. You want to just send me the link on Discord, since I'm just an absolute potato brain and can't seem to find it? This is the one. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just an absolute potato at technology, but yeah. I go here. Nope. Anyway, thought it was on Steam. Yeah. I probably should have found it before I started streaming, to be honest, but like I said, I've been insanely busy with some other stuff lately, so this like constant feed of news is great, don't get me wrong, but it's tough to cover everything in the way that is appropriate. But yeah. Let me look somewhere else real quick. Give me just a second, guys. This is not the most exciting thing in the world, so I'm going to put some music on and just be right back. Okay, yeah, I see now. Somebody sent it to me. I'm actually not gonna show the video, just in case. Like, I'm pretty sure it would be fine, but you all can find it, I guess, if you really want to find it. There is a video now out there that does show a little bit more on the unit side, but I'm sure Creative Assembly will be showing off more soon anyway, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it here. On the Teach Me Total War stuff, again, if you are interested, you want to try and jump in and win a little prize, win some pride as well, represent for the homeland or whatever, I don't know. I'm done rambling at this point, so I'm going to head off. Thank you all so much for watching. Super hype for Ogres. It's going to be a good time. Quick shout out to my patrons here. You know what, let me actually do something real quick. Can I... Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, but nope. Okay, well, it was worth an attempt. I'll get it figured out for next time. Thank you all so much for coming out. Been a pleasure. Top down. Let's see, top right drop down, then go to game. There's loads of pictures of ogres. Oh, here we go. Okay, thank you, Roboduck of War. It's coming in to save the stream at the very end. Okay, so before we go, let's actually peruse these, because this is all, you know, if it's on their website, it's on their website. The other thing was, like, very clearly not intended to be released, so. Okay, so there's Greasus on his wagon. Let's actually, can I zoom in here? Oh, yeah. We get all up in that Greasus Goldtooth. So we've got Greasus on his wagon here. We've got Noblar lad. This guy's got a two-hand. Definitely a lead belcher back there. That dude is very clearly holding a cannon. So there's some good stuff. Looks like he's standing over a slain horn dude, which is great. Okay, moving on to this next one. We've got, okay, so this is the guy you were talking about, right? Like the Butcher Legendary Lord. He's got, again, a Noblar standing on the back. Get another Fire Belly there. A couple of Giants. Alright, so the Butcher. Yeah, I will see. I mean, I would expect the Ogre Kingdoms focus to be on the Ogres, right? I wouldn't expect to see a lot of Noblars in the screenshots necessarily, but there are definitely Noblars, very clearly, so I'd imagine we'll see units of Noblars, but it's like, for the same reason that there wasn't a lot of peasants in the screenshots of Cathay, you're not likely to see a lot of the Noblars, because, yeah, low-tier units are fun, but they're not, you know, the flashiest usually. But we do pretty clearly have, this is some kind of catapult right here, right? Some kind of contraption. It's being pulled by what looks like two rhinos, possibly. So there's that. A little bit of a campaign map look here, too, which is nice. So that looks cool. I'm guessing, or is this actually a battle map? This could actually be a battle map, I guess. Maybe it's more likely it is actually a battle map now that I'm looking at it. You've got like this bridge pass under here. These guys could actually be setting up like in defense. So, okay. Thanks for pointing that out, Rubber Duck of War. That was not super clear where to find that. So my failure of UI, my failure to use the UI appropriately, I guess. Yeah, thank you so much. Greasus is on a literal mobility scooter. Yes. Oh, the scrap launcher. I mean, that sounds right. That sounds correct. Also, look at this giant cauldron of like warpstone and bones down here. That is heavy metal. Really cool. Very, very cool. I mean, kind of like how the greenskins are the death slapstick of Warhammer 1, Skaven are the death slapstick of Warhammer 2. The ogres are definitely the death slapstick of Warhammer 3. Like the very brutal, over-the-top, almost comedic, like, just, yeah. Show my Skyrim mods. Later. That's for my OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Zach, you're a good person to have because you know a lot more about the tabletop than I do. So you're a good person to kind of have on here as we still have not closed out the stream quite yet, because I did discover these screenshots, but let me know if you... I'm gonna just peruse these again. Let me know if you spot something that I should be well aware of. In the dragon skeleton? Whoops, nope, not that. Although I would like to save that. Possibly. What, over here? Yeah, this right here. It's like a big cauldron of, like, warp stone and bones. Huge cauldron, actually. There's another one there. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I think it could be a siege map. I think it probably is, now that I'm looking at it again. Because, like, they talked about how there's bridges, right? And it looks like this is possibly, like, an underneath bridge that's been blocked with a barricade. And then, like, there's another way to get up here. Possibly there's, like, the main capture point up here. That's why you've got, like, the banners and stuff, right? Yeah, I do think that this is probably actually a settlement map. And based on what we saw in one of the previous screenshots, it does seem like Ogre settlements don't have walls until they get to the top tier, kind of like Norskin settlements. So very likely this could even be a major settlement map, technically. Is there giant weapons? Yeah, in the screenshot with Greasus. Yeah, these guys have like two-handed weapons here. Right? And there's very clearly a lead belcher. Like, this guy unmistakably has a cannon. You can see, it might be a little bit hard to see on your screen because of YouTube's artifacting, but this guy right here in the distance very clearly has a cannon. So lead belchers are definitely confirmed, which is awesome. Yeah, I have seen it, Florian. Yeah, I'm not gonna show it on stream. Y'all can find it if you want. They do show a little bit more detail there, but yeah. Anyway, Greasus is awesome. If you want to play some Total War with me and learn how to play in multiplayer, be sure to check out the Teach Me Total War. Thank you all so much for coming out. I am actually going to end the stream now.